What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here. Welcome back to Here Come the Hawks. And yes, I know I haven't put out a video of one of these in quite a while. If you would have watched my channel update from a few days ago, you would have heard that I had other things going on. I was busy. Plus, the diminished interest in this series has really put me off from doing videos. But I am going to finish out this season, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We got a matchup versus the Stars and the Hurricanes on Christmas Day. But before we get to that, of course, let's go take a look and see how we fared over the last 8 matches. And since our last episode, which was against the 2 Canadian teams at the top of the screen, Ottawa and Winnipeg, we then had 5 wins and 3 losses, with 4 of those coming directly after the end of last episode. 3 of those wins coming via either an overtime win or a shootout victory. And in fact, I'm going to highlight this first one against the Nashville Predators, where it was 2-2 at the end of regulation, and then after the end of normal shootout, which is normally 3-3, nobody scored anything. It was completely barren all the way up to the 6th shootout spot, where finally we came away the victors as Brian Campbell scored the only shootout goal. Yes, it can get that wild in hockey at times where, yes, you can see shootouts go on forever because everyone's either scoring or not scoring, and it just so happened to be the latter here. We then beat Nashville in the return leg in overtime once again, also with wins versus Winnipeg and Vancouver, before losing our 5-game win streak at the hands of the Colorado Avalanche, losing by the score of 2-1, and it pretty much was over early. They scored 2 in the first period. We did not get a lot of shots on goal whatsoever. We were lucky in the second period to come away with a goal as Rasmussen was able to pot that, but the stalwart defense and the great goalkeeping by the Colorado Avalanche prevented us from making a comeback here. Outside of that, it was then just a back-and-forth affair. We won in dominant fashion versus Edmonton, but then we got ourselves into a little bit of a streaky stretch. 2 straight losses versus both Buffalo and the San Jose Sharks, where we were actually winning in this match, but then San Jose mounting a comeback in the late second and early third periods to come away with the 3-2 victory there. So where does that put us in the grand scheme of things? We're on the overall table. We're currently sitting 7th place, getting 46 points through 35 matches, and in conference we're in 4th place. That's a far cry from where the pundits should have us. We should be top 3 in the league right now, and at the very least second in our conference. So we are a little bit off the pace. The Dallas Stars and the LA Kings doing fairly well so far. We're only 4 points off of them, so it's not like it's a big power gap between us and the top teams. We could still get that done. We could still wrap up the top 2 spots, and plus we have a whole half of the season left to go, so no worries. And since we're just about halfway through the season, I might as well go over who are the stat leaders currently on this team. And as far as goals are concerned, it's far and away Patrick Kane with 23 as the leading scorer in 35 matches. Artemi Panarin, one of the other wingers, getting himself 11. But honestly, the one that shocks me is that Jonathan Toews is nowhere near the top 5. He's not even in the top 10. He's right down here. He's got himself 4 goals in 35. And as a center, you really need to be potting some goals. You really need to be doing a lot better in the goal-scoring tally. Yes, it's nice that he has himself a great deal of assists, but as a center, you really should be an all-around player. You should be getting both the goals and the assists, so not to see him up there in the top 5 is rather shocking. Patrick Kane is also the team's assist leader at 19 at this point in time, and as I just mentioned, Jonathan Toews with 18 assists. At least he's doing something for this team if he's not going to be scoring the goals. Keith and Panarin have 16 assists, Panic with 15, and Brent Seabrook rounds out the double digits assisters at this point in time with 13. As far as points go, as I mentioned at the very first episode, points are basically adding up your goals and your assists, and that's your total points. And if Patrick Kane is leading the team in both, guess what? He's also the points leader at 42. Panarin's got 27, and Keith, Panic, and Toews are all tied at 22 points. That's okay for this time of season. I would like to have a lot more players in the 20s, and hell, I would love to also see some more above 30 at this point. All right, so let's get into our first match versus the conference-leading Dallas Stars, and these are the players that I'm going to be using today. No Roosevelt, no Anisimov, and no Kempny. Anisimov, the main reason because, well, he still is doing pretty crap, and I still am looking to trade him. Taking a look at the tactics, I am still going to be using 6 defenders on these lines. So Keith and Seabrook, who are in the first, are also going to be coming out in the fourth. Hjalmarsson, Van Riemsdyk on the second line, Campbell and Polka on the third. As far as my forwards are concerned, pretty much the same lineups that I have been using. Panarin, Taves, and Hossa lead the first line. Panik, Kruger, and Kane on the second. Mott, Desjardins, and Hartman on the third. Rasmussen, Schmaltz, and Jordan Tutu making up the fourth. So let's confirm that, and let's get into the match today versus the Dallas Stars. And we're going to be away from home, as in with all American sports, the home team is always listed on the right side, unlike in football where it's always listed on the left. And from what I just gathered, the Dallas Stars are actually going to be using former Chicago Blackhawks goalkeeper Antti Niemi in nets. Antti Niemi, a Stanley Cup winner for the Hawks back in 2010, I want to say. It was either 2010 or 2013 when he won it with the Hawks. And so far, there's just been a lot of back and forth going on. Oh, there's a fight going on. So Jordan Tutu just got tossed. Somebody else on the Dallas Stars got a 5 for fighting, but Jordan Tutu got tossed. He has been kicked out of the game. So now I need to figure out who's going to be my next man up, essentially. Who's going to be playing there on the right wing side. So do I throw Hossa down in there? I think I'm going to have to throw Hossa as my fourth line right wing. Okay, Stars player got a 5 for fighting, and Jordan Tutu, because he was an aggressor, got himself a misconduct penalty, and he was sent out of the game, which means that he's also going to be suspended for the next 2 games, which is not good for me, because now I need to try and figure out who I'm going to have to replace him with over the next 2, maybe even 3 games, depending on what the league says that he's suspended for. So as the game continues to go on, Stars continuing to get power plays, continuing to have the man advantage. Fortunately for us, we are preventing them from getting any sort of substantial attacking chance, any sort of substantial shots on goal. But I don't know how long that we can keep this up. They are the conference leaders after all. So it's the end of the first period, and the only thing of note that has happened is that Jordan Tutu has been tossed out of the game. No highlights for shots, no nothing. Dallas have had 14 shots on goal. We have had 8. Let's take a look and see the shot chart. We've had the majority of our shots been right around the blue line, which is not good. We've had 3 up close, but on the right side, all of them saved. And all of them on the right side of the net too. So very unfortunate for us there that we've had chances of our own to put the puck into the back of the net, but Antti Niemi doing a very good job in front of net. So I'm not going to be making any changes. Let's just go back out there and see how the rest of the match goes, or at least see how this period goes. 6 minutes into the period now, Dallas coming forward, and I believe that was a tripping call. No, Nick Schmaltz was booked for hooking, so the Dallas Stars have once again a power play on their hands in the attacking zone. Let's see what they can do with it here. Number 6 coming forward, takes a shot. Number 10 takes it, but Crawford right there with the save. And actually, I just looked at it's number 10, Patrick Sharp. Once again, another former Blackhawk. Patrick Sharp, Antti Niemi, Johnny Oduya, another player. So we jokingly around here say that the Dallas Stars were the Blackhawks Lite at this point in time. But I say that, and Taylor Seguin has just put the Dallas Stars in the lead. See, this is what I want Jonathan Toews to do. Seguin's a center. This is what we need to be doing. We need to feed Toews so that he can get some wide open chances. Oh, here we go again, though. Number 8, Nick Schmaltz getting around the back of the net to number 81. Marian Hossa ties this match up with 5:22 left in the period. There we go. Marian Hossa's not even a center, but he was hanging out in front of the net, being able there to be able to take the shot. All right. A little bit more action going on in the game now as the second period comes to a close. It's all tied up at 1. And let's take a look at the shots now. Dallas still leading. They've taken 23 to our 19. But taking a look at the overall shot charts, we're starting to get a little bit closer to the net as we're taking our shots. And it looks like that Marian Hossa's was about, I don't know, what would you say that is? Probably about 10 feet out of the net, 15 feet out of the net. Aiming for that top left corner. Was able to beat Antti Niemi on the glove hand side. I don't know if I want to make any changes at this point in time. 2 minutes into this period, and already the Dallas Stars continuing to crunch forward, but Marcus Kruger has just been whistled for a charge. He is in the box for another 2 minutes. And once again, it's the Dallas Stars on a power play. Here they come again. He's still in the box. They're charging forward, not in the penalty sense, but takes the shot, and Patrick Sharp is what puts the Dallas Stars in the lead. That was a great pass for Sharpie, who was just right in front of the net, and we couldn't do anything about it. Directly from the faceoff, and the Dallas Stars had just got a man sent into the box. 5 minutes for clipping. What can we do with this power play? 3 minutes left on the power play clock. Putting the puck in front of nets, but it's a good save from Antti Niemi. We do have a face-off in the attacking zone. What are we going to do with it? 24 taking the shot, 8 taking the shot, but 2 great saves from Antti Niemi. And the Stars doing all that they can to grind out this penalty kill. And the Dallas Stars, with about 10 seconds left to go in this penalty kill, doing very well to stop it. Oh, Patrick Kane was right in front of the net. Face-off, Seabrook trying to take it out, and it is a 2-minute penalty for roughing on the Dallas Stars player Richie. So we got ourselves a power play with less than 4 minutes to go in this match. We need to capitalize on this. We need to put the puck on the net, get ourselves a goal to equalize this. 77 to Patrick Kane. I said 77, no, it was Seabrook, number 7. Face-off to Seabrook. Oh, Seabrook from the blue line! What a strike that was! And with 3 minutes to go, we equalize the match. And now we can continue on with this. We're really pressing the issue at this point in time. Seguin has just been booked for hooking. 2 minutes in the box for him with 2:49 left. We have the advantage now, boys. We have the momentum all our way. We are still pressing the issue. We're still forcing the Dallas Stars on their back feet. And they're just continuously dumping the puck in the back, and they can do that because they have a man in the penalty box. It will not be an icing call if you are trying to kill a power play. But now we got the puck coming forward, 72. Oh, that was Panarin. He tried to dump the puck, and that was the worst possible thing he could have done. But I just noticed we were on a line change, and that line change is what killed us as we're about to run out the clock, and it's going to go to overtime. We are going to overtime, and I'm not going to... Well, actually, let me take a look at some changes. I don't want to use 2 defensemen. Use the 2 forwards in the overtime period since it is 3-on-3 hockey at this point in time. We want to try and just end this early. With our 2 forwards, let's just try and end this early. And, well, here we go. 5 minutes of overtime hockey. 18 is Panic, Schmaltz, and we got 57 Van Riemsdyk out there coming inside. And is that... Oh, wow! Oh, wow, Taylor Seguin has just been called for 2 minutes of roughing, but you can't have less than 3 men out on the ice. You cannot have less than 3 outfield players. All right, so I just noticed after that power play, we have 4 men out on the ice. Dallas have 3, so that's why it still constitutes as a power play. But once that's over, we got to lose a man, and it stays 3-on-3 hockey for the rest of overtime. But anyway, we have a face-off in the attacking position. We're still pushing forward, boys, still pushing forward. Number 4 taking a shot, but it gets dumped. And just like that, power play is over. 1 minute left to go in overtime hockey. Puck is dumped through. Number 18 tries to slip it through. In fact, it's now 4-on-4 hockey. It's not 3-on-3. I thought it would have gone back down to 3-on-3. I am sadly mistaken. But with about 20 seconds left to go in this match, it's looking more likely that it's going to go to a shootout. 24 shot in front of net. Oh, Duncan Keith is right there. And Antti Niemi making a wonderful save. 5 seconds left to go in this overtime period. Can we get a snipe goal? Is it possible to get a snipe goal out of this? No, there's no time. We are going into our shootout, and as I've done so before, the only 2 that I'm going to switch are that Jonathan Toews takes the second shot and Artemi Panarin takes the third. Everything after that is just let it fly, let it go as it is. So that being said, let's get into the shootout. And first up is Patrick Kane, and Patrick Kane puts it into the back of the net. We lead it 1-0 early. Dallas Stars now coming forward on their shot, and they equalize with their penalty shot. Jonathan Toews now taking the second one for the Hawks, coming around, and it's saved by Niemi. Dallas Stars coming out with their second shot, and it's saved by Crawford. All right, we got a chance. Artemi Panarin now with the third shot for the Hawks, and puts it into the back of the net. All right, we need to hope Crawford comes up big to stop this shootout, but he doesn't, and it's going into sudden death now. Duncan Keith with the fourth shot. It's saved by Niemi. And number 90, Spezza for the Dallas Stars coming forward, puts it into the back of the net, and the Dallas Stars win by the penalty shootout 3-2. I mean, a point is still a point. Since we lost in overtime, we do come away with at least a point, but against the conference leaders, we need to be doing a lot better than that. We should have put up a better fight, and we didn't. So that being said, we're going to be coming back on Christmas Day against the Carolina Hurricanes at home. So Merry Christmas night. It is the match versus the Carolina Hurricanes. And of course, we need to make a couple of roster changes. One, because Jordan Tutu is suspended. And two, because I need to give a little bit of squad rotation. So obviously Tutu is out. Artem Anisimov is going to be coming in to replace him. But also I'm going to give Trevor Van Riemsdyk a little bit of a rest and bringing in Michael Roosevelt as my defender. So Michael Roosevelt takes over that second line defensive role. Anisimov coming in forces Schmaltz to play out on the wing so Anisimov can play in his more natural center role. Those are the only changes that I'm going to make for this match. So let's get into it. We're going to be the home team versus the Carolina Hurricanes, red on white. Already 3 minutes in, and Carolina's coming all the way through. Skinner. Wow, the defense was absolutely shite on that play, allowing Carolina to come all the way through. Absolutely piss poor that was, but here we come right back. Well, I thought we were coming right back. Seberg taking a shot well out of the way. Pot the biscuit in the basket. Come on, that's what we need. There we go. Artem Anisimov leveling the matchup. It's just been wild and wacky throughout these first 5.5 minutes. It's 1-1, and we're not even halfway through the first period. Icing call, and Jonathan Toews is going to be taking the face-off. He's usually a winner of that. Duncan Keith with a laser. Good save, though, by the goalkeeper Locke. Patrick Kane is in the penalty box now for holding. That's a 2-minute minor, and the Carolina Hurricanes on a power play right off of that face-off. Right off of that face-off. Well, at least Patrick Kane wasn't in the penalty box for long. 3 seconds in, Carolina takes the lead from that. 4:48 left to go in this match. Duncan Keith taking the shots. He loves to take those lasers, I tell you what. So I just took a look at the shot chart as the time was winding down on this first period, and we had a great deal of shots. We have had 13 shots. Carolina's only had 5, yet Carolina very efficient, scoring 2 goals out of that. So I guess we need to just start putting a little bit more pressure on their back line, because really all these shots on the net should be leading to goals. I mean, like I said, look at Carolina. This period's going by really fast, halfway through the second period, and absolutely nothing in terms of highlights. 8:36 left to go in the second period. We finally get our first highlight of this period, and McClement has just given a bigger lead for the Carolina Hurricanes. It's now 3-1. It's like we don't even have an answer. At least we're trying. We have won a face-off in the attacking zone. Number 11, Desjardins winning that face-off. There's going to be another one as the goalkeeper covers up the puck. Come on. And we're under a power play as well, so this could lead to some good chances for us. Number 18 taking a shot, but it's another good save. I mean, number 18 is Richard Panik. He had Hartman, he had Kruger in the center as well. I'm surprised he didn't pass it off for the better shot. 2:35 left to go, and the puck is dumped to Jonathan Toews, who centers it. Duncan Keith with a laser from the top of the circle, and we get one back, 3-2. It's not even the end of the second period. As we are coming up to the end of the second period, yes, Hurricanes doing a lot better, but let's take a look at the shots that we have had. Duncan Keith, I thought that was a laser into the top of the net. He actually shot low and was able to connect. We still have had the majority of the shots, 20 on goal, compared to Carolina's 16. So it looks like a lot more shots. A lot of our shots are hovering around the blue line. It's not good. I want us to be crashing the net, take a lot more shots closer to the net. We've only had about 5-6 out of our 20 that are within about 15 feet of the net, so that's not good. We need to start being more aggressive. And with that being said, going to do exactly that. Be more aggressive. Don't have that gap control. I don't want to say higher shooting, because that's going to be it's going to cause a lot of problems, because if we take a lot more shots, then we're just going to be shooting from everywhere, and that's not something I want to do. Take control of your shots. Halfway through this third period, and we are rushing fourth. 81 gets it to 72. That was hosted a Panarin, but it was just unfortunately saved by the goalkeeper, and we are running out of time. If it keeps up like this around the 2.5-3 minute mark, I will be pulling my goalie. We need to have that extra attacker out on the ice. I say that, but with 3:44 left to go, we're trying number 8. Oh, Nick Schmaltz, he had the chance, but it was well wide, and he hits it off the post. The Carolina Hurricane player hit it off the post. All right. Pull the goalie. We need to pull the goalie, because with 2:20 left to go, we need to get that goal. We need to find that goal. And it could potentially be right here. We have the 6 attackers. 43 lays it ahead to 25. 72. That's Panarin. Lays it off to 51. It's right in front of net. Oh, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. We have a face-off in the attacking zone. With our 6 attackers, with our 6 outward players, can we get that equalizer? Oh, win the puck back. We do. It's Patrick Kane to Kruger, but he just can't get it past the defender. It's all the way back into our zone. Tries to dump the puck. We cannot play in this area. We cannot play in this zone. Gets it out forward. 24. Win it back. He does to 43-11. It's such a weak shot. As the goalkeeper covers it up. 39 seconds to go. It's an attacking half face-off for the Hawks. We win it. We take a shot. It bounces directly off the goalie. And now the Hurricanes have themselves an open net, and that's pretty much game over as they put it into the open net. And that is, in fact, how it ends. 4-2 to Carolina. And in these two matches, we have only pulled 1 point, and that's not good. That is definitely not good, especially against Carolina, where I thought we could have come away with a win here. I'm not happy. I'm not happy from this team. I'm not happy with myself because I'm pretty sure the tactics that I'm using are starting to fall apart. Everybody in the league knows how we're playing, so I need to probably switch it up in the next few episodes. So yeah, I'm looking back at these two matches. Dallas, we got bullied off that puck throughout the majority of the match. Fortune's come away with the point, and unfortunately losing in the shootout. But then against Carolina, taking all these shots and not getting anything out of it, and not getting a lot out of it, I should say. We were able to get a couple goals, just Carolina busting through our defense like it was nothing. Oh well, I'm going to fix my tactics by next episode, and hopefully you guys will join me at that point in time. But anyway, guys, this episode is over, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please go and drop a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to leave a comment below on this episode or the series as a whole, please feel free to use the comment box below. Anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and peace out.